If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news.
Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's October 12th, 2020. And today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, gold has an explosive move to the upside, finally breaking that 1919-ish resistance-ish level. Looking at the week and looking at today, no major economic events scheduled for today. But as we look at the currencies, we're watching the dollar retracing versus the major pairs while the Dow Jones continues to push higher. Nasdaq finally playing catch up. And looking at the commodities, as we mentioned, gold breaking out, while oil pretty much unchanged and sluggish. When we look at the stocks, the bank stocks are strong right before earnings this week. Major earnings on Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and various other banks, while Amazon breaking out on the upside, pushing that Nasdaq higher. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look at the GBP USD at a 4-hour chart. And pretty much you could see this is the leader of the pack, okay? Breaking that resistance level. And this is why it's so important to really keep and take notes on your chart as to the resistance level. And last week, or last Friday rather, we pushed higher, okay? This consolidating on the upper side. And I did mention this, okay? It didn't break this pattern, this trend line, okay, this upper trend line, okay, and continued really trending it. A little bit of a fake out there on the downside, but finally holding this 128.54 and then breaking up on the high side. Now jumping into the Aussie dollar as well, those being the stronger pair versus the dollar, okay, you can see that clearly. Much nicer graph or much nicer chart here as you see the breakout versus the dollar. Now, the next real resistance-ish level is 72.62-ish level. So keep that in mind as that happens today. You'll look at the Euro USD, also bounced higher, okay, but didn't really bounce to its upper limit, okay, but really much trading in tandem with the US dollar as the dollar getting pounded as the markets are rotating and the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones gain on the upside. Now, looking at gold, this was posed to happen, okay, trading at 1931 this morning, okay, as this pushed higher last week, okay, this was really a layup, okay, can't mention this more as we hit a low of 1855 back in the beginning and mid to end September, and then taking it higher to 1919, which was a resistance level, retracing to our upper support level of 1871 and then breaking above 1919. Okay, so at this level, next real resistance is 1948 on the upside. So just keep that in mind. Now the support level is 1918-ish level, 1919-ish level. So if we do retrace, that's the level I'm looking for to possibly pick it up again. Okay, so a nice really setup for gold as it pushed higher. Now looking at oil, pretty much sluggish, okay, not really doing much here, trading at $40 a barrel. Okay, this is really in a very choppy kind of environment as we're not sure which way the market's going to go in terms of the future lockdowns as Europe is entering that second lockdown, and we'll jump in depth into that today's webinar on discussing the next stage of trading the coronavirus. And then jumping to the Dow Jones. Okay, now this is on its highs, 28,591 as it's pushing higher this morning. Okay, and really the back of the stocks getting stronger. Now we do have a resistance level of 28,700-ish level. My guess is that they want to push this as high as they can right before the election period. Now, this is really following the Nasdaq. Nasdaq trading at 11,787. We hit a high of 12,457, so we're about 700 points still shy of that. And I'd be guessing again, like we may not do it today, but we may see this actually push higher to that level if this continues moving higher. Now, looking at the stocks, okay, first starting out at Apple, trading on its upper range. Okay, remember, its high is 132, okay. Really, this is still as the split happened already. You can't really have a good graph of Apple, as you can see. But the high is 132. We're trading at 114, so we still have some way to go here. Now, looking at Microsoft, that was the stronger one. And Microsoft was really quiet last week, but finally pushing to that resistance level at 215. So I'd like to see it push higher. okay, above this 215 to really take us higher going into the election. We're about 3 weeks away, okay, so it's really getting very exciting. Looking at Facebook also, trading on its upper limit here. Now, Amazon was really the one that was the strongest, 32.80. That was the one that broke that upper range, okay, as it's leading the markets higher, okay. Remember, Amazon is leading the stocks and did lead the FANG stocks higher back in March, April, May, okay, which was the one to really rebound the first. Now, looking at JP Morgan, okay, now JP Morgan and the rest of the banks will be coming out with earnings today. So a lot of eyes are going to be looking at these type of stocks to see what's going to happen with this sector. Now, we do have resistance at 102, okay, so this could be a pull up, right, or a push up right before the numbers come out today, okay? So just keep this in mind that we may get this retracement because, you know, all ultimately speaking, the markets are, you know, in a pandemic atmosphere and we are, you know, still, you know, non-decisive about which way the markets are going to go. 10 million people still in the States are out of a job. And you could really just feel the markets just being very, very soft. Okay, they are pushing for a second stimulus, but that's yet to be seen as the Democrats have rejected the last offer by President Trump. So with that said, we are in an interesting week. Okay, not much economic events coming out this week, but we do have earnings from major stocks coming out this week. So just be aware of it. All right, this is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.